Hi, it's Diana. So you've received your first order from Seint. Now what do? You're going to get your box open. It is going to be stuffed with a bunch of paper. You want to pull everything out. In here I've got a couple of brushes, a compact, a sponge, a bunch of tins, like so, and a packing list. So we can discard that box. First, if it's a very hot and sunny day and this has been left in your mailbox or at your door, you are going to want to take your tins and lay them flat with the pattern sign up and let them sit for about an hour at room temperature. So if it is very hot out and these are lying on their side, those creams and waxes will melt and start to shift. So another tip is don't leave your compact in a very hot car for a long time, a long extended time. Yes, it can handle some heat. It's fine, but when we're talking 100 degrees plus for a couple hours, those creams are really going to melt. So just to let these firm up, we're going to lay them flat for an hour or so, and then we can come back and open up those tins, get them in our compact, and we're ready to go. You will find, possibly in the winter months, that your highlights and contours might be a little firmer or stiff. That's because your house may be a little on the cooler side. So you might even just need to blast it with a hairdryer for a few seconds just to give it a little more tackiness. So I've got a packing list. Just make sure I've got everything that I ordered. On our Seint website, if something's out of stock, you can't even order it. So you'll know ahead of time what you've ordered, what's coming. If it's not available, you can even check with me and I get updates as to when items are coming in or back in stock. So the packing list is a sticker. So this can come in handy if you want to keep the names of your tins in your palette so you can see it. They're all printed out here. You can just cut those out and stick them just kind of on the edge at the tin itself. So that's a little reminder. Otherwise, they're all printed on the back. You'd have to pop them out and take a look. So you've ordered a compact. Don't forget, you do get credits for the number of tins you buy. You'll get money back towards a compact. I always recommend going up in size. Pretty much guaranteed that down the road, you're going to be ordering more colors. You're going to be building your palette. So you want to have room to grow in here. This is my favorite size. It's the palette 12. It's going to hold 6 full-size tins on the top and 6 on the bottom. There is the palette 8, which is going to hold 4 on each, or even smaller if you just want 4 and you're never going to grow any bigger and you want to keep it small. And then of course there's bigger too. So you can choose how big or small you want to go. Like I said, the 12 is a great size. So those tins are cooling. I've also got in here a Perfector Sponge, bundled up in that plastic. That Perfector Sponge, when it gets wet, is going to double in size. It's not going to fit back in that tin. You can save the tin just to let him dry, or what I like is to find an egg cup and just let it sit in that. That way it gets air on the bottom as well. So yeah, you can save the tin just to put it on top, but it's really not going to fit in there wet, so no sense in even trying. And then a couple of brushes as well. So the brushes come wrapped in this little Perfector. I'll just pull those out. That was the blend, and this is our detail brush. Okay, so setting up your compact, as you know, these are all magnetic. Tins being metal are going to fit in there, just snap in place. So I have ordered a main highlight, a brightening highlight, a lip and cheek color, got a bronzer, a contour, a vanilla dust, just to throw a powder in there, and did I say contour? I don't think I did. Okay, so the way I like to set up my compact, I kind of do it in the order that I'm going to apply my makeup. In this case, I don't have a, here's one, a color corrector. So let's start off putting a color corrector in, because that's going to be number one. Then I like to go to my contour, number two. And then I brighten. And then my main color. Simple. If you didn't have your contour, or your color corrector, you can just pop that out. Same thing here. Number one, my contour, my brightening highlight, my main highlight, and my lip and cheek. You can also place those this way in here. Color corrector, contour, brightener, main color, lip and cheek, and a bronzer. So I've got that front page of the palette full. What am I going to do with the second? The reason I like these double-decker palettes is to keep your powders separate from your creams. So there is a vanilla dust setting powder, which you want to use to set your cream makeup if you're not going to use a setting spray, or if you have more mature skin and you want to set under the eyes to prevent the cream from settling into your fine lines and wrinkles. Also, if you have oily skin and you really prefer a matte finish, that setting powder just in your T-zone really works nicely. So that's one reason you would purchase that setting powder. All of the eyeshadows, with the exception of 4 shades, are all powders. And you never want any of those powders to get into your creams, especially if you drop your palette. There's a chance that those powders could crack if you have shimmery eyeshadows or even a powder illuminator, and all that illumination, sparkle, glitter goes into your creams. You're not going to get it out. So just keep that in mind. It's nice to keep the powder level separate from your cream level. So on my powder level, I can add a few eyeshadows. No wrong or right order. You can just kind of place them in there. We can even do 4 up in the corner. So the eyeshadows are half size of the regular tins, but they're each considered 1 tin towards your compact credit. So if you've got 4 eyeshadow tins, it counts as 4. From here, I could also add a shadow switching sponge, putting that in by my shadows. So when I go in with my eyeshadow brush, one color, clean it off on that shadow switching tin, then I go right to the other color. I don't need a whole whack of brushes to do that. And like I said, if you want to label them, you can do that. It won't take long and you'll get used to using this, and you'll be so glad you made the change to Seint. So if, you know what I want to tell you is you do not want to get rid of your tin lids. At least save one, because they come in handy to pull. Oops, I should get this up here more. You can just put the edge in to help pull that out, and then you can go and grab the rest with your hands. Also, as you run out of your tins, you can clean them up. If you've kept a lid, you can use these tins for storage. This one's got bobby pins in it. You can keep small pills, mints, sewing kit, whatever for traveling. So another nice little tip there for you. You can continue to get tips, tricks, more tutorials by subscribing to this page. You'll get an alert that a new video has been posted. You can also follow my business page on Facebook. It's Diana DeLapo Studio. And lots of fun stuff on Instagram as well at Diana DeLapo. So stay tuned to all of them. There's different content for each. And I promise you won't get tired of me. You will fall in love with this product more and more each time you use it. Thanks.